I'd like you to meet Coké'S, who I had the good pleasure to meet at dinner on the first night of the Caribbean Cruise earlier this year. There was a table of 6 of us. We were 3 different parties who'd not met before, and somehow we started talking about the things we'd manifested and how we got into Abraham-Hicks in the first place. I'm going to let Coké'S tell you what she shared with us that first night.
Hi, my name is Coké'S and I want to tell you about my manifesting story. First, I'll tell you how I got to know Abraham. Well, how I don't remember how I got to know Abraham. I'm a very spiritual person, so I know it has come around sometime before, but it just wasn't my moment. So I think around, something like just before Christmas in 2023, I started reading, I think it was Ask and It Is Given. And I thought, this sounds like it's too good to be true. So I think I'm going to make a test and see if it works. I want to try this. So I'm a life coach and I have a group of clients who have become friends that are always asking me for new programs. And that's what happened. They asked me for a new program and I thought, okay, let's do this experiment and put to test the law of attraction. So what we did is that we chose our most wanted wish and we gave it a note from 0 to 10, how close we thought we were of getting it now. Okay? And then we decided we'll have 6 months where we will practice all the teachings and practice the teachings. What we decided to do was to do a process that Abraham calls the workshop. That is feeling that you already have your wish. Okay? So that's what we did for like 8 minutes, from 8 to 15 minutes every day. And the most important part, which was to pay attention how we were feeling and always try to feel a little bit better. Okay? And 6 months, that was it. The relationship was getting better, and every time better. We had some ups and downs, really. But it didn't get, it wasn't getting to the point where I wanted it. So I could say or feel that my wish was fulfilled. So, but I think like 3 or 4 months into the experiment, I received 14,000 euros. And that was a surprise. And that was really fun because of the surprise and because it really made me think that's it. I think the experiment has already an answer. This works. In the end, it took me almost the 6 months to get the relationship I wanted, and I can't remember the rest of the things, but those 2 I think were the biggest. And I just, I was really, really impressed. And since then, here I am. So one of the things I did with that money was going to the Caribbean Cruise, this 2025, where I met Jessie. Hope you enjoy my story and hope you'll share yours. Bye.
After I got home, Coké'S experiment stuck with me, and I decided I wanted to build on it by adding in the element of focusing on fun. I decided to embark on 30 to 60 days of focusing on fun, as yes, I'd wanted to manifest plenty in my life, but more than that, I knew that thanks to the teachings on the Caribbean cruise, the way to manifesting anything was to spend time having fun. And so I set the intention to focus on fun for 30 to 60 days and set day 1 as the 24th of February 2025. 2 days later, I started this channel. In the immediate days that followed, I gained followers, shared manifesting stories of my own, created Abraham-based lyric songs, and am now also sharing the stories of others, the very thing I created this channel for. And I'm recording this at just over 30 days into this focusing on fun project. And since I started, I attended the Edinburgh workshop where Abraham told one hot seater to spend 90% of their time doing what lights them up. Talk about confirmation. I've slipped plenty in the last 30 days, had days where I didn't focus on fun, but also decided I wanted to build on this process again by adding in the wonderful components of stories that Abraham has told time and time again. One of these is the language teacher who assigned brand new identities to her students and saw them learn the language incredibly fast. I thought it would be fun to assign myself a whole new identity of already being the person who has all that I want to manifest. And the other story is that of the therapist friend that Esther and Jerry, who used to speak to Abraham and would speak of how she'd tell a new story for her patients. She'd tell herself the story of them having all that they wanted, and they would come back and tell her that sure enough it had manifested. And I thought adding that into the project would be a fun idea too. A day after I'd been considering how fun that would be, I had a call with Daniel, who I'd connected with from the Edinburgh workshop, and he told me that he would do these kinds of visualizing for people and they'd tell him exactly what the therapist had also reported. It would work out for them, and he offered to do it for me. Because someone else doing it that holds no resistance to what you want is very powerful. And the amazing part was that when Daniel told me he did this, he neither knew about the therapist story that Abraham told or that I'd been wanting it just one day earlier. And this conversation, just 1 week ago. I'm eager to let you know what comes of it all. However, in the meantime, do have a play with this process yourself, and I'd love to hear what comes of it for you. Happy manifesting and happy focusing on fun.